Sunrise is dancing up on the rooftop bar. Don't really need to talk. I'm reading the silence. I think it's pretty clear. I'm always so sincere. Oh, take me. I'm a wild one, getting bored out looking for attention.
What's good, everybody? My name is Tanisha Lilo, coming back to you with another episode of the Lifted by Lilo podcast. That's right. I'm on here today doing a video, which I normally don't do. I always just record audio and that's it. But today I just wanted to give you all a visual. Shout out to my YouTube. So that's, you know, we jumping off the porch today. But I wanted to come on here and verbally express some things that I like. I just like encouraging people. I like filling you guys with some good words of encouragement and also dropping some gems, something that'll help you in your life. You know, I'm not the guru. I come on here just to give you all inspiration as well as give you guys some information that how, you know, things that has helped me. And I want to be able to help people, you know, in front of me, behind me, beside me, whatever. I want to be able to help you guys as well. But just coming on here today, finally doing a video. So if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you follow my podcast. My podcast is Lifted by Lilo, the same as well as my YouTube. So if you're on the YouTube, please follow my podcast. And if you're listening by podcast, make sure you go on my YouTube and subscribe, like, share, comment on the video. All right. And also subscribe to my channel, by the way. I don't have many followers, but I am new. Okay, so anyway, shout out to that. But yes, I'm coming on here today just to drop a word of encouragement to you all. It came in my spirit, so I wanted to share it with you. And so the word that I have received for today is called using what you have. And when I say that, it's because that I was in a place before where I felt like if I did not have this, I couldn't do it. You know, like, oh, I gotta have this or I have to have that. And I don't want you all to feel like you have to have something in order to do it. And that's for a business, personal, relationship, whatever it is that you're doing. Like, especially with me, like in my business, I was like, okay, I don't have enough money to do this, or I don't have the funds, or I don't have the resources to get to this part of my business. And I'm like, okay, you know, you use what you have. You use what you have. You use what God gave you. And that's a gift that I did not recognize until, like, after I just started getting into business and learning more. Okay, things not going to fall in your lap. You have to work for where you want to be. So I want to encourage you guys that being in business, being business structured, financially structured, whatever it is that you're trying to do or where you're trying to get to, just keep in mind that you have to know that what you have now is what is, I mean, like, you have to use what you have now. You have to make do with what you're given. If you're given this and you're not utilizing it the way that God has blessed you to utilize it, how can he trust you with more? How can he trust you with the resources that you think you need for whatever it is to come? So just say, for example, okay, you might say, I don't have enough money to buy me an LLC. You want to start a business, but you don't have enough money to buy an LLC. Who said you had to have an LLC? Who said you had to have your incorporation for it right now in this season? I've seen so many businesses being started without having an LLC at that moment, and then they booming. After that, you know, use what God gave you. Like, God, if God has given you this gift to do hair or braiding hair, or talking to people, encouraging folks, like, if God has given you this gift, use this. You don't need an LLC behind your name or your business at the moment. Eventually, yes, you will need that. But now, if God has given you that gift to utilize that. Don't take advantage of it. I was reading 2 Kings chapter 4 about, I don't know if you spiritually minded like me, just go with me to the book of Second Kings, please. If you spiritually minded like me, but please, if not, I encourage you to get in the Bible. Here's your chance. So yes, if you would go there, and in that 2 Kings chapter 4, I was reading earlier where one of God's prophets, Elijah, there was this woman who came to him looking for something. I know a lot of people come to everybody looking for something. We go to banks looking for money. We go to people looking for this, that, and the third. Or relationships, talking, whatever. She went to this man looking for something. The woman went to Elisha asking, basically just letting him know, okay, I have 2 sons. They're about to go into slavery because my husband has just passed away and all of his debt has fallen on me and the creditors are coming to collect. So basically they were coming to collect her sons because, or as a form of slavery in those times, because she didn't have the money to pay back. So Elijah didn't say, well, here's some money. He didn't give her money. You know what he told her to do? He told her to go home. And basically what it all boiled down to, you can go read it. I'm not here to summarize anything for you, but she went in her home. She found what she had, which was a jar of oil, and she used that and collected oil jars from other neighbors and stuff, and she poured all the oils in there and went and sold everything, and she still had some left over for her and her family. So you cannot tell me that it's not possible to use what you have in order to get where you need to be. Just saying. Like I said, I'm really talking to myself, because I'm one of those people where I'm like, okay, I don't have this, so I can't. Well, I take that back. I used to be like that. I always had that mentality where if I don't have it right now, then okay, wait till I get paid until I'm able to buy this or something. I know it doesn't work like that. So what I do now is, okay, I want to be educated in this area. I want to take this course to learn better about myself. Okay, if I don't have the money, guess what I'm about to do? I'm about to get some money. I'm about to work. I'm about to do something to be able to afford. It's not about, can I afford it? I don't have it right now. You keep that broke mentality over there. If you really want to afford something, don't say, can I afford it? Say, how can I afford it? How am I able to buy this? How am I able to get that? Because God will provide means for you. I bet if you go in your closet, there's something right now that you can sell on Mercury or whatever. Mercury is just an app that people buy and sell clothes, or Amazon. Shoot, people thrift all the time everywhere. You can go somewhere else and it doesn't even matter. That's besides the point. The point of the matter is this: use what you have. Use what God has given you, because there's no excuse to get to as far as where you need to be. God has given you a numerous, us, not just you, but us all, a numerous amount of resources. Me, myself included, I've always was like, okay, I can't do this, or I don't know how to do it. There's ways to learn. You can go on YouTube University and learn how to, I'm talking about, it's a multitude of things you can learn on there. How to, even myself with my credit repair business, I've learned on YouTube. I've had mentors. Just a slew of resources. But don't tell me that it's nothing out there for you to be able to utilize, because it is. I just want to encourage you all today. Use what God gave you. Like, use what God has given you. Don't sell yourself short on what God has for you because of what you feel as though you don't have right now. God is there. God is watching. But a lot of time we ask for things. I have done this. I ask God, can you bless me with more income or more finances? And it's like, Nisha, is right there in your face. It's right there. You just haven't used what I've given you. I'm like, oh shoot, you right. Because I could have did this and I would have had more money, just like I want. But if you don't use what God give you, then you won't have it. So my encouragement for you guys today is just to use what God has given you. Don't take advantage of the opportunity and resources that God has given you and the slew of things that is available to you in your life, because these things aren't there by coincidence. This is stuff that ancestors have prayed for. our ancestors have prayed for it. So if you have these things and you're not using it to the best of your ability, I encourage you now to take advantage and use what God has given you and run with it. Jump off the porch. Go for it. I'm telling you, because the more you hold on to it, another biblical reference, you hold on to what God has given you and you don't use it. Watch how it becomes someone else's. Because I don't know what scripture this is, but trust me, it's a parable in the Bible that these 3 men were given 10 shekels, I think, and they all had 10, and the king left and went away and asked them to hold it. And when he came back, the first man multiplied his by 10. And he let the man have it. The second got multiplied his by 5, and he let him have it. The third one held on to it. He didn't do anything with it. He didn't use his gift. He held on to it. And you know what that man, he got it. He was like, this guy, and then the man was complaining, he got more than me. You know why? Because you didn't use what God gave you. If you use what God gave you, you would be able to have what you have and multiply it. And whatever, like, it will be multiplied. Like, I just want y'all to find that scripture. I can't think of the name of it right now, Lord knows. But it was so powerful to me, because we sit on our gifts, we sit on what we have, and we don't use it to the best of our abilities. And I want you all to do that. So today, if you're watching this podcast, I'm sorry, if you're listening to this podcast, and if you're watching this YouTube video, I encourage you, use what God has given you, or it will become someone else's. Use what you have, and then you'll be able to be blessed with more. You got what you got. Okay, it might not be but a little bit, but use that. Use it, I'm telling you. I just want to see you all prosper. That's my goal. I want to see my friends prosper, my families prosper, my clients. I want y'all to prosper in financial health. Bless it, Lord. But I want you all to prosper. I want you all to be successful. This is the conclusion of Lifted by Lilo podcast. And if you're watching YouTube video, thanks so much for tuning in. That's it for me today. Deuces.